So if you're shopping for a bed for your kids, this might be the best list on the internet. Hey there, I'm Wes with the Slumber Yard, and over here we review all things online beds, and for the purposes of this video, we're gonna be talking about the best mattresses for kids. Now, if you do have a kid, this video should have everything that you wanna know about finding their next mattress, and hopefully you do enjoy this video. If so, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, but just know that there will be tons of more information down below in the description box if you wanna learn more about any of these mattresses. But let's get into the best mattresses for kids.
At the Slumber Yard, you know we work real hard to find the right bed for you and save you money on it.
All right, so before I get into all the mattresses on this list, I do want to preface this list and say that the mattress brands did send us these kids' beds for free to review and tell you guys about them. But if you order any of these beds online, they'll be backed by the following policies, starting with completely free shipping. These kids' beds, like any bed-in-a-box mattress, will show up to your house in a big old box. So you basically just drag into your home, rip off all the packaging. You might want to do it with your kid because that'll be pretty fun. And then the bed will expand in front of your eyes and pretty much be ready to be slept on within the next couple hours. Now, once one of these kids' mattresses are in your possession, you'll get a sleep trial. But since they are for kids, the minimum night trial period will be a little bit different. I'm seeing 30 for some beds. Some do have 100 night trial periods, and one even has a full year 365 night trial. But you'll definitely want to look at each individual bed and see what those sleep trials are. Now, if the beds aren't right for you in your situation, you should be able to get free returns with all the beds, and they're all backed by a warranty of some sort. I'll get into that a little bit more on each individual mattress as well. Now, if you need any more information about those policies that I just mentioned, feel free to check down below in the description box. We always have helpful links about each individual bed down there. But let's jump right into this list and talk about our first kids bed, and that would be the Saatva Youth mattress. Now, Saatva as a brand makes some really great beds, and they also make a kids bed that is flippable, and that's why it made this list. Now, I know I just mentioned that these are all bed-in-a-box mattresses, but the Saatva Youth will actually ship to you via white glove delivery. Well, the mattress will arrive at your house full size, and a delivery team will likely set it up for you, so that's pretty neat. And this bed is the one backed by a 365 night trial period, so your kid can basically sleep on it for a whole year before you have to make any of those hard decisions of whether you want to keep it for the foreseeable future or not. And it also is backed by a lifetime warranty, so that's pretty good policies on the Saatva Youth. Now, in terms of this bed's construction, it has pocketed coils and it is also flippable, but you should flip the bed depending on what age your child is. So there is a 3 to 7 year old side, and that bed will be a great firmness for those who are between 3 years old and 7 years old. And then when they get a little bit bigger, you can flip the bed over, and then that can go all the way up to 12 years, maybe even beyond. It just pretty much depends on how long your kid wants to sleep on the same mattress. But in terms of feel, the bed has more of a traditional inner spring feel. The bed is pretty responsive, and those pocketed coils adds a lot of bounce, which your kid should like. Now, in terms of firmness, both of these sides should be right around a medium, but the 3 to 7 year old side might be a little bit firmer, and it does have a zone support design just to support the growing child. Now, in terms of price for the Saatva Youth, this bed retails for around the $1,100 mark, but as of when I'm looking and recording this video, you should be able to pay around the $800 mark for the full size. We usually talk about queen size for beds, but this bed is only available in the full size as its largest size. So if you want anything bigger, you're gonna have to get a real big person's bed.
Not a kid's bed.
No kids' beds if you want a queen or a king. Now, moving on to our next bed, we have the Helix Kids mattress. And we really like Helix as a brand because you have a ton of different mattress choices if you're going for an adult size bed. And when you're talking about their kids' bed, this is another flippable bed, so you get two firmnesses in one mattress. And like the Saatva Youth, this is designed to have an age barrier. So again, like the Saatva Youth, there's a 3 to 7 year old side and then an 8 to 12 or up side. This bed is backed by a 100 night sleep trial, so you can test the bed out for about 3 months, or at least your kid can, and it is backed by a 10-year warranty. Now, in terms of this bed's feel and firmness, it has more of a neutral foam feel. Obviously, the bed does use pocketed coils, but those comfort foams will provide more of the dominant feel for the mattress. And in terms of its firmness, the 3 to 7 year old side will be around a medium firm for the child of that size, and the 8 to 12 year old side should be right around a medium. So again, it should work for all sleeper types and all kids, whether they like to sleep on their back, side, stomach, or a combination of all three, they should be set. Some cool X factors about the Helix Kids mattress is that it has a hypoallergenic, breathable cover and a water repellent finish. And in terms of its pricing, you can also get this bed only in up to a full. I believe they only have a full and a twin size for the Helix Kids bed, but it should cost you around the $800 after discount for that full size. If you do want a bigger Helix bed, like this one right behind me, you can definitely check out some of the other videos we've done over here at the Slumber Yard, but we really like Helix and this kids bed is no exception. All right, moving on to the next couple of picks on our list. That would be from the brand Nest Bedding, which obviously makes some really good beds. That's why they got two entries. They have the Puffin and the Lark. So the Puffin mattress is more of a memory foam bed. And then there's the Lark, which is a more natural and organic that uses latex foam as its main comfort layer. Now, both of these beds are backed by that 30-night trial period. So you get a little bit of time, not as much as some of the other beds on this list, but your kid can sleep on the bed and start to formulate his opinion on whether or not they want to keep it for the foreseeable future. But if you do, they're backed by lifetime warranties, so that is something cool about those policies on these beds. Now, both of these beds are made in the US, and the Lark Kids bed is more of a natural and organic option. It kind of resembles the Owl or the Finch mattress, which are their full-size versions from Nest Bedding. And then in terms of the Puffin, that bed is more like a quail or a robin, just this one is not flippable like the robin is. Now, if you need any more information about those adult-sized beds that I just mentioned, you can definitely check down below in the description box because we've done a ton of Nest Bedding reviews and content. But in terms of these, the Lark and the Puffin, those are available in up to a full as well, like the other beds I've mentioned on this list. So if you do want a queen or bigger, you're gonna have to look elsewhere in the Nest lineup. Now, in terms of construction, these two beds from Nest Bedding are both all foam mattresses. So with the Lark, you have a layer of latex foam for support and then EcoFlex foam for comfort, and that thing is all wrapped up in an organic cotton cover. And for the Puffin, it has a dense support layer of foam and then a Interjex foam for comfort. And this is dubbed their memory foam option, but we would say that the Puffin has more of a firmer neutral foam feel for most kids. Now, the Lark will have a slight latex foam feel, but since it does use that Interjex foam for its main comfort foam layer, it might also be kind of a soft neutral foam combined with that latex foam, but that'll kind of depend on how heavy your kid is. Now, in terms of firmness, both these beds are around a medium firm on our firmness scale, so they should work for all sleeper types, back, stomach, side, and combination. But again, if you're looking for a more specific firmness option, you might want to look outside of the kids' realm in the Nest Bedding department. Now, in terms of pricing, these beds are pretty much coming in at two different price points. The Lark is going to be a little bit more expensive since it is the more natural and organic option. As of when I'm recording this video, you should be able to pick up a full size for right around the $1,100 mark after discount. Now, in terms of the Puffin, the retail value for that full size is around the $750 mark, and there might be a discount. If so, it'll be linked down below in the description for you. Now, the last bed on this kids bed list isn't actually a kids bed, but it is a bed that we think would work great for any kids out there, and that would be the Tuft Needle Original Mattress. This is a simple 2-layer all foam bed. It's got dense support foam on the bottom, then a comfort layer on top of that. But in general, this is just gonna have a soft neutral foam feel, something that we think that most kids will really enjoy. Now, this bed is also right around a medium on our firmness scale, so it should work for all sleeper types, back, stomach, side, and combination. And since this isn't a specific kids bed, you can get it in any size, whether that be a queen, a king, or even a twin. Now, in terms of price for a queen size Tuft Needle mattress, you're looking at around the $1,000 mark, and they might have some sort of discounts. If they do, they'll be linked down below in the description for you. But that's gonna do it for this kids bed best list video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If so, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel for so much more. And if you need any more information about any of the beds on this list, check down below in that description box. But for the rest of the Slumber Yard team, I'm Wes, wishing you a good night's sleep.
Like and subscribe.